Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. Today, Archie Talks Money. That's right, Archie Talks Money. And I want to talk about my watch collection. And I think it's a great idea. I want to emphasize the prices that I paid compared to the retail prices, because look, if you're going to buy second-hand pieces, you need to understand how the margins work. And I thought it'd be a great idea. I'll go through my collection and I'll go through what I paid for them. Okay, so let's have a look at Archie's collection. Okay, firstly we got my Patek Philippe. That's my big fuck off wristwatch, and it's a white gold Calatrava. And it's from about year 2003, from the Patek extract. That's what it tells me. So it's a fairly modern Patek. Now for this piece here, I bought this in 2009 and I paid $12,250 US. Okay, that I live in Australia, so at the time the exchange rate it meant I paid about just over $13,000 Australian. Now, what's happened now is the Aussie's actually stronger than the US, but I just want to go through it. Now, retail replacement in Australia is about $29,000. That's for a 5127, which is the model that replaced the 5107. And so I paid, 13,000 odd. I got the original. I bought a genuine Patek strap that was about $200 from a watch dealer. I got the box and all the wallet and all that sort of shit there. I bought that from a Time Zone guy. This is before I got kicked off Time Zone, and that was about $200. So it owes me that the piece itself. It owes me about the $13,500–14,000 mark all up. Oh, and also that was also with I sent off for the Patek extract. That was about $100. So there you go, about $13,500 that piece owes me. Okay, the next piece I want to talk about is my Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grand Date. Now, I bought this piece, actually my wife paid for it. She bought it for my upcoming 40th. And look, all I did there was I had a guy I know who works at Brisbane Vintage Watches, Fred. I said to him, Fred, I love the watch, I want it. I'll give you $1,000 on top of whatever you paid for it. He paid $5,500. I paid my wife paid $6,500 for it. And that's a box papers everything piece, and it's a cool piece. It was originally sold via Hardy Brothers in Brisbane, so it's a genuine Brisbane watch. Not that makes terribly fucking much difference. And it was, I think it sold originally for about $12,000, and the current retail replacement I think is $14,000–15,000 mark. I believe this model's discontinued. You can't get it in steel, but that's to give you an idea there. So last time it was for sale in Australia was about $14,000, and I paid $6,500. Okay, the next piece I want to talk about is my Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. That's the steel one. It's 14790 ST, and I had a two-tone quartz before, but I really wanted a steel automatic. This is a 36mm, and I bought this recently. Some people say I paid too much. I think, it's a nice piece. I didn't buy it to flick it. I bought it because I love the AP and I wanted a nice one with that grey blue dial. I paid for this piece here 6,000 Aussie dollars for it, which is I think was about 6,000 US as well. That's landed. That's what it cost me landed. So about $6,000. What's retail replacement? Well, this model has been discontinued, but a modern AP automatic steel Royal Oak would set you back about, in Australia they're about 15,000. That's for a 15300. That's when I went to the boutique at Hourglass at the Gold Coast. 15 and a smidgen over 15,000. That was for a 15300. Now the 15300 has been replaced by the 15400, but Australia's behind the times. It's always, they've got older models, and it's just how fucking things are done here. But so you could argue retail replacement. There's a new model. I think it's a 15450. I think that's the new 36mm steel automatic Royal Oak, and it's actually itself there. It is actually the price on that there's about 15,000. So yeah, that's what you could say. So I paid $6 for it. Okay, the next piece I'd like to discuss is my Breguet Type 20. The Type 20, and it's a my Type 20 itself is a transatlantic, and I just recently bought this. It comes, you can either get it on a bracelet or a leather strap. I've got the leather strap version. It's box papers, everything, and I paid for this piece here. I bought it on Fleabay, and I paid around $5,000 for it. Retail replacement in Australia is about, for the version with the leather strap, the transatlantic with the leather strap, is about smidgen over $11,000. So that's what I paid for that there. Now let's have a look at some of the other pieces I've got. The next piece I want to talk about is my Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. This was a really mint example. I bought it from Brisbane Vintage Watches, and he did a great deal. I do a lot of free advertising for him and that there, so he gave me a great price. I paid about $2,200. It's a 2004 piece. It had box, no papers, a bit of a scruffy box, but it was a box nonetheless. So that's what. So 22. I think they're about 4.5 to 5 now. And normally Brisbane Vintage Watches would sell that piece for about 25 to 2,800 mark, that sort of price range there. So that was certainly a great deal they did for me. The next piece I'd like to talk about is my Rolex Explorer 2. Now I bought this piece here, and it needed a service and a polish, so I actually paid for it $3,000. It was actually commission that I earned when I sold a Mercedes-Benz 230 SL Pagoda for my friend, and the commission, it was $3,000, and I said, well, he was also a watch dealer. I said, I'll take the Explorer 2. And I then serviced it and polished it, so it cost me about $200 for the service and about another $150 for the polish. And so that's that piece there. The next piece I want to talk about is some of the ladies' pieces. So let's have a look at some of the ladies' pieces that me and my wife own. We've got, firstly, let's have a look at the Patek 24. In Australia, the Patek 24 3910. They're about 15,000 in the boutique. The boutique will give you about a 10% discount. And I bought mine second-hand from a dealer overseas, and I paid $7,650. Quite expensive. It's a bit high, but I wanted one with a black dial in nice condition. I then bought the box for it. The box was about $250. It's because it's a special box for the 24. It's a unique box. Okay, the next piece I've got for my wife there is a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Shadow, and it's a manual wind Reverso ladies on a Jaeger-LeCoultre metal bracelet. Now this one here came from Sydney Vintage Watches, and I paid for this piece here. They did a good deal on it because, as I say, I'm a good friend of Ronnie's, and he flicks me good deals because I'm a great customer. I pay cash, I don't fuck around, and when I say I take something, I take something. I don't mooch like a lot of people do. And I paid $2,400 for it. I think replacement at the moment, replacement retail, the Shadow is actually a rare dial to get there. They don't make it anymore. But I think retail replacement is probably about $6,500–7,000 for it. The next piece I'd like to discuss is my wife's Rolex Oyster Perpetual. So it's an automatic no date model, and I got this from an auction, Shane Peffer's auctions. I got it from his auction, and for this piece here I paid $1,125, $125. It needed a service, about $100 and something, and a polish, and it also needed a new crystal, which is about $50. So it owes me, around the $1,400 mark. But it's a really nice Oyster Perpetual. I like the white dial. It's kind of cool not having a date, because my wife, she only wears a watch for a couple days. Then she's doing night duty as a nurse, and she's not allowed to wear a watch, and so it'll die. So it's very easy to set the time without having to muck around with the date function there. So that's why I particularly like this piece. And so it's good buying. I think retail replacement now you'd have to be paying about six to $6,500, I think, for a lady's Oyster Perpetual these days. And so there you go. That's Talking Money with Archie. That's my watch collection. Well, I should say mine and my wife's watch collection. I hope you can understand the prices that I've paid. I wanted to just discuss money. I mean, you Americans have no problems with it, but us colonial boys in the colonies here, the British, it's always wrong to talk about money, but fuck it, I've broken the taboo. Let's talk money with Archie. Tell me what you think. Have I paid too much? Did I get ripped off? Have I, are there any bargains you think I got there? I don't think any of those pieces there were necessarily bargains. There's some very nice pieces, but I think I've paid fairly for them. You tell me what you think. I'm Archie Luxury, and thank you for watching this video. See you later.